it's Melissa from Melissa's Creations, and today I have a card for you that was inspired by a coffee cup actually, and it's my new favorite coffee cup. I made this card to go with it. You look gorgeous, happy birthday. And it features gold embossing, and it's just so simple but so beautiful. So let's go ahead and get started making this fun card. I have a piece of pool party cardstock. This is a standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. Next up, I have a piece of gold glimmer paper. Now, you'll notice that I cut it out as a frame, and I hate wasting the middle, especially when I'm going to be putting it behind another piece of cardstock. So I just took a square framelit and I just cut out the middle portion to make this frame here. But this piece measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then I have a piece of Whisper white cardstock that will be going on top of our card. And this piece measures 3 3/4 by 5. The stamp set I'm using today is Happy Birthday Gorgeous, and I wanted to get an arrow effect. So I'm using the string for the balloon, as well as some of the leaves for the points of the arrows on that I drew my inspiration from on my cup. And then I'm using this little, I don't know if it's a tassel or if it's supposed to be grass, but it's just a kind of a really cool end on an arrow. So I'm going to be using that there. We're going to do some gold embossing, and I'm going to switch some of the design elements up just a touch from this card. So instead of embossing the words in gold, I'm actually going to use our basic black archival Stampin' pad for that. So let's get started. I'm going to start by doing all of my stamping, and I'm going to start with my Versamark so that I can do my heat embossing. So I'm taking the line from the Happy Birthday Gorgeous stamp set, and I'm going to start in the middle. So I want one right in the middle of my page, and what I'm going to do is stamp one arrow at a time and then emboss it. So I'm going to emboss it all at the same time at the end. So here's the solid little leaf icon, and I want this arrow to point this direction. So I'm just lining up that leaf onto my stem or balloon string, or in this case, my arrow body. And then I'm going to take those little feather looking guys and I'm going to put them on the opposite side. Again, just lining it up with that line. So then I'm going to take some of my gold embossing powder, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on there, and then on a scratch piece of paper, or if you have one, a tray or something like that, I'm just going to tap off the excess. And then I didn't quite get the end on my arrow, so I'm just gonna pour a little bit more right there. Flick it off a bit. All right, so there's my first arrow. So now what I'm going to do is take my words, and I'm going to put one word on either side of that. So I'm going to start with Happy Birthday, and I'm going to use my basic black, and then I'm going to put that on top of this arrow. And be careful, you can definitely heat emboss it first, but I'm just trying to get all of my stamping out of the way first. Okay, so there's that. And now I'm going to switch out Happy Birthday for the words You Look Gorgeous. And then same thing, basic black. I'm going to put that below the arrow here. Wonderful. All right, so I'm going to do 2 more arrows, and then I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss. So I'm going to put my arrow line up here. And again, I'm just going to do 1 arrow at a time before I pour the powder on, just to make sure that it sticks well. So here's another leaf that I'm using as an arrowhead, and I'm going to make this go this direction. This one's a little trickier because it has a little stem on the leaf, but I'm not really worried about it. It still looks super cute. Okay, and we'll do this guy over here. And then one more arrow at the bottom. We'll just do it all at the same time. It should be okay. The Versamark is super sticky, so it works really well for a project like this. And then here's another fun leaf with like a polka dot arrowhead, and then that also goes this direction. And then last step is the tail feathers on this side. Okay, so now I can pour the rest of my powder on. Hopefully I don't smudge it. All right, so put some powder on that. And then on the other side. And then just give it a couple of flicks. And then you can just kind of brush away or wipe away the excess powder around the front of the card here. So just clean it up a little bit. And the embossing buddy, I should have used it. I used it on my sample, but I didn't use it on this one. That will help it from sticking to the card. Okay, so now let's get our embossing on. Move all these guys out of the way. So here we go with our heat tool. All right, so there's the front of the card done. Oh, I love it. So pretty. Okay, so I was just thinking about this now. If I wanted to, I could actually put this frame on top, and I think I will on this card, just because I love seeing more of this gold. Oh, I think it's so beautiful. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that first. So I'm gonna run some fast fuse along the back side right next to the frame, the inside of the frame here. And fast fuse is amazing for the back of glimmer paper, because the back of the paper on glimmer paper is just a touch slick, and so I think that the fast fuse works really well for that. Okay, so now I'm going to center that on here. That looks about good. Close enough. All right, and now I can bring in my card base and grab my little bone folder to crease that score line there. I'm off center just a hair, so I'm just gonna scooch this over just a little bit. There we go. All right, and now take some more snail and just mount that to your card base. Right, like that. And I just love that tealy blue of the pool party playing against the gold and the white. I just think it's so scrumptious. I love it. What do you guys think? Which one do you like better? Do you like the plain and simple, or do you like the more wild and glimmery shimmeriness? Also, the other major difference was I switched these up, and this is gold embossed and this is black ink. So I think I really like this one. I don't know, it's hard to choose. So you guys let me know which one you like better. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, give the video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of future videos, and leave me a comment. Let me know which one is your favorite. You can get me online at melissascreations.com, and you can also follow me over on my Facebook page at facebook.com/mcreations. Thank you so much for visiting me today. If you need any supplies, head over to my shop. I'd be happy to be your creative coach. Thanks, guys. Take care.